On this day in high desert history, sports, entertainment, and otherwise, sports, High Desert Mavericks hitting coach Bobby Rose reveals his hitters go hunting at the plate.
Absolutely. We try to have the hitters basically hunt fastballs.
The longest home run this sportscaster saw hit out of Adelanto Stadium the year 2017. Combining entertainment with history, these museums in this 2005 report. It was 2016 when this story first ran, legendary rancher Earl Graham explaining his family's true pasture beef. We open this series of flashbacks hunting the fastball. The offensive success of the Mavericks can be attributed to the effectiveness of hitting coach Bobby Rose in his second season with High Desert. Does Bobby Rose have a specific approach to hitting?
Absolutely. We try to have the hitters basically hunt fastballs and get themselves prepared to hit fastballs because most of the times they're going to see fastballs. That's what the pitchers throw most often, so we have them try to hunt that as much as they possibly can.
Is there one aspect of what you've seen from your hitters in terms of improvement of performance that you are happiest about, most pleased about in the first half of this season?
Absolutely. Their abilities to attack fastballs and hunt fastballs is what we preach and what they've been able to do. So, we're going to keep forcing that issue and keep them on that because as they progress through the system, that's what they're going to continue to have to do.
The Mavericks hitters lead the California League in on-base plus slugging percentage, in addition to being far and away the top home run hitting team in the circuit. Anthony Hawkins strokes the longest home run hit out of Adelanto Stadium in this Yardbirds contest against California City on this Cancer Awareness Night. The 500-foot rocket to straightaway center, the fifth of the year for Anthony Hawkins, who was playing this time last year in Japan.
I was actually in Japan last year, spent the year there. It was a lot different culture of baseball than over here it was. So, but the pitching there, it made me a better hitter. I mean, seeing 80% off-speed pitches, and they'd sneak a fastball here and there, but just the way they came at you as a batter, being an American, they always put you on a pedestal. So you weren't seeing a fastball ever.
Is this Anthony Hawkins blast the longest, farthest ever out of Adelanto Stadium? Note, the gentleman sitting on the bank well beyond the 400-foot wall and scoreboard turns to chase the ball into the parking lot. This was not wind-assisted either. This monumental home run comes in the third inning. The wind at Adelanto Stadium 8 miles an hour out of the north-northeast, in other words, not blowing out. The home run, Anthony Hawkins' third in 7 games since coming off the disabled list. Hawkins leaves this game with a .429 batting average, 24 runs driven in 20 games played. His 3 weeks absence on the DL may prevent him from qualifying with enough at-bats to be the Pecos League batting champion in 2017. Museums revive relics and histories of days long past to futuristic adventures bringing science alive. The Big Bear Museum takes us through the romantic and often exciting history of this community. Displays and exhibits reflect the importance and impact of mining in the Holcomb Valley with artifacts and a rare stamp mill. There's a furnished, authentic 1875 log cabin. Cattle ranching and lumbering were other vital occupations at the 7,000-foot level of the San Bernardino Mountains. There's ample machinery, antique glassware, historic photographs, memorabilia in this picturesque community where it often seems time stands still. The Big Bear Museum is open throughout the summer from Memorial Day weekend to the second Sunday in October. Open weekends, Monday holidays, and Wednesdays. A cautious cougar keeps a close eye on who comes and goes, and no Big Bear Museum would be complete without a bear. We encroach upon those of you who squirm at the sight of a cockroach to segue from history to futuristic displays at the California Science Center. The mission of this 252,000 square foot facility is to stimulate and nurture an interest in math, science, and technology. Exhibits include some live inhabitants. In the world of life, learn how a bat navigates through the sounds of its audiosensory perception. Many exhibits provide interactive entertainment for youngsters, including the Solar Light Cars demonstration. There are opportunities for the youngest visitors to take delight in construction projects, while others participate in a video version of volleyball or soccer. Exhibits are elegant in design, avant-garde in presentation. Featured attractions are showcased periodically. On this occasion, the Titanic. All realms of science are explored, from the wheel to behind the wheel to the effects of flight in space. The California Science Center and its Air and Space Gallery are open every day except Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Day. It's 3 stories tall, can accommodate up to 4,000 visitors at one time. The 5,000-pound hyperbolic paraboloid is an amazing kinetic sculpture. If a museum is to your choosing, but you don't care to leave the local area, there's the Victor Valley Museum. Featured are indigenous creatures of the high desert, alongside Native American artifacts, and many a fact-filled exhibit depicting life in the Victor Valley a century past. The Victor Valley Museum and Art Gallery on Apple Valley Road off Bear Valley Road is open Wednesday through Saturday 10 until 4, Sundays noon until 4. The historic Route 66 Museum in Old Town Victorville attracts visitors from around the world who find Mother Road memorabilia. The Apple Valley Legacy Museum celebrates its 2nd anniversary. Here's a look at last year's ribbon-cutting ceremony.
Well, this is the ribbon cutting of the Apple Valley Legacy Museum. And I started the Apple Valley Legacy Museum as a sister project to the Apple Valley Legacy Trail. And we're at the Bob Hope Cottage at the Apple Valley Inn, number 153, right below the trail and right below the historic Hilltop House.
Over here in the corner, we have all the ranches with the Pearl Bailey's Ranch, the Murray Ranch. Joe Lewis was there, and they attended a rodeo out here. And Ebony Magazine came out here to write up, and you're surprised to see Joe Lewis. Outside each room, there was a cage with a pigeon in it. If you want a dinner or something to drink, you'd go out and write a little note, stick in a pigeon's foot, throw it up, and it'd fly over to the end.
The Graham family has been cattle ranchers for more than 5 generations. Christy Graham has been raising cattle for more than 25 years. The Graham family's mission is to provide individuals with the power to promote positive social change in the way beef is raised.
Everything that we deal or see today is important in that circle of life, whether it's a weed or whether it's a luscious plant. They all have equal value in what we do.
Equally important as vegetation, the water. The headwaters to the Mojave River flow through this ranch, and the water leaves in pristine condition.
For the chloroforms and everything in it, they call it pristine water. When you think of a waterway leaving a ranch, you would expect to see some discoloration. You would expect to see something here other than just absolutely crystal clear, beautiful water leaving a ranch. But if you do it right, that's what you get, because our water runs inland and runs north instead of to the ocean. So this water is going to be used from, like I said, from here to Death Valley.
The Grahams keep true to the roots of the land, never using herbicides or fertilizers or machinery. Everything is done on horseback or on foot. The beef you buy from True Pasture Beef are cattle that the Graham family has raised for the cow's entire life. The grass the cattle eat is what grows naturally. There is no odor stockyards here. Bacteria has been reduced to where there is less in manure than in vegetation.
This is a piece of cow manure that has hit the ground. You're going to look around, you're going to see a lot of this. It's right next to where, when it rains, it can run into the water. If you took this for pound and this for pound, in the same condition, meaning in the same degradable condition, that's a little further degraded than this is at this point. The bacteria count would be less here than it is there. Why that is because this animal When we fed this animal, we did not bring any grains, we did not bring any supplements in. All the animal ate was what was here. This is less pollutant than the bush is by itself because the cow is taking the energy out of that.
True Pastures Beef has transitioned to Three Sisters Cattle Company. The Graham family's mission is to provide individuals with the power to promote positive social change in the way beef is raised, giving you the opportunity to buy environmentally sustainable and locally raised beef. This flashback is brought to you by Lulus Attic, the High Desert's premier collection of unique antiques, fine thrifts, clothing, costumes, shoes, plus sweets and treats and sports memorabilia. Celebrate America in style this 4th of July, 40% off all Lulus stuff this weekend. Lulus Attic in Apple Valley.